Hey, welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. And yes, happiness with no curbs. Carbs. Yeah, get them likes up, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Welcome back. This is Thursday. We almost home with the Real Bravado sponsor of Maggie, the substitute teacher. And this week we are doing easy meals for men on the go. Those hardworking brothers. Quick, easy meals that you can send your brother, the man of your life, out the door with and show a little appreciation. But before I go there, let me say something. I want to thank Maggie for sharing her platform with me all week and putting up with me. I've been on my best behavior. Guys, I can go off the rails sometimes. So some of you who've seen me on my stream. So I just want to thank Maggie, the substitute teacher, for allowing me to share her platform and accepting this idea of sponsoring, easy meals for men on the go, men who can't necessarily have access to good, healthy meals while they're at work, and ladies who are struggling to find, quick, simple options for the guys. So I really appreciate that Maggie accepted my idea and allowing us to sponsor this week. So we got one more day to go, but today it's going to be fun. Today's going to be a little bit fun, but I'm going to have Maggie explain that to you. So here she is, because that's who you guys want to see, not me. Hey, Maggie.
Hey TJ, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. But no, I've told you off air. I am so grateful for you to share your platform with me. I tell people, anybody I talk to, I said, listen, Maggie's doing me more of a favor than I am of her. They're like, but you're sponsoring it. And I go, so? You can't look at that. You got to look at what the value you're getting in return. And then I've had an opportunity to sit down all week, talk to somebody who's kind, easy to talk to. We've had some laughs, especially in Maggie's chat. My goodness, your chat is hilarious. Absolutely
Everyone,
hilarious.
make sure you're on your best behavior. Just like
Yes, I'm on my best behavior.
yes, I heard you. I heard you. Thank you so much for the idea. And again, you always said it all week, but Real Bravado Network reached out to me with this idea. So this is our first time having a series sponsor for the week, and I am so grateful. And someone else has reached out, you know who you are, about sponsoring a couple of streams next week. So if you're interested, you can inbox me on IG, you can email Maggie, the substitute teacher at gmail.com. All you got to do is let me know what you want. And if you cover the groceries and we'll pick a date and a time, I'd be happy to make something that will inspire you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So today we continue our manhood series. As Real Bravado Network said, he reached out to me because, well, why don't you remind us, TJ,
Okay.
what inspired you to reach out
I
and
tell
here?
I was sitting in the well, by now those of us who are regulars here in the classroom know that I work overnights at a hospital, and I go in a little about 30 minutes early, and I sit in the cafeteria with the rest of the men that work there. And in the hospital you got all kind of men. You got engineers, you got medical personnel, non-medical personnel, and we're all sitting around, and I'm watching these brothers eat the nasty leftover cafeteria food. I'm watching them pull out stuff out of a knapsack that you can tell they put it together. It looks awful. Probably leftovers that they probably should have thrown away instead of bringing to work. And then hearing the guys talk about, some of the guys in relationships and some of the married guys talk about the fact that their ladies don't have enough time to make them meals. And I call cap on that one. But so that inspired that, especially when I see what Maggie does, and especially with her being the substitute teacher, meaning providing healthy versions of the meals that we like. I was like, oh, I wonder if she would do something like that. At least give ladies an idea so they can take away the excuse of, oh, I don't have time. And I think we've done that this week.
I think we have to, and thank you so much for the compliment. But you know what? That actually kind of hurts my heart a little bit to hear that men that work so hard can't get a decent meal. And we've talked about, especially for our brothers that work second and third shift, you all don't have the options that those of us who work a 9 to 5 are just used to. So again, my channel is a cooking channel. I'm your substitute teacher because on my health and wellness journey, I eat sugar-free, dairy-free, and gluten-free, but I still cook for the family, love cooking for the men. and definitely want to inspire some ideas that can make it simple and easy. And what I've learned this week is that I always try to impress and come up with something that's magnificent, but just simple stuff like what we're going to do tonight goes a really long way for hardworking men. And I am grateful to be able to work from home. But I remember being in the office and I was thinking about you actually this week. I remember I overheard two men speaking, and there was a married man and a single man. And the single man was just kind of eating out of a plastic bag. What have we talked about?
My favorite lunchbox, the plastic bag,
No,
especially when it's double, when you can double it up, that's like thermal lining. Yeah.
no, no. Okay, class, I see we're gonna have to review our notes. This is not a lunch bag. We will review as many times as we need to review because tomorrow is a pop quiz for you. Hello, everyone coming in. Absolutely. But I remember seeing the single man was eating something basic, and the married man wasn't eating at all. But the married man made a comment about, man, like what kind of raggedy sandwich, you got over there? And the single man said, I don't know, this is what I got. You're the one with the wife. What did she send for you? And the married man said, she don't cook for me at home. Why would she send me a lunch? Oh my goodness. So I was
You will be
overhearing this.
surprised how normal that is now, Maggie. That was not the case, 30, 40 years ago.
No,
It's
no.
it's very commonplace. You got all of these men out here who are coming to work and they're fending for themselves, and and a lot of the, I don't want to say excuses, a lot of the things that men get back from their wives or girlfriends is that they're working too. Oh, I'm working, I'm in school, I got a kid. And but when it comes to doing our part as men for the ladies, we don't have the luxury of saying, oh, I can't protect you because of this, I can't provide for you because of this, I can't cut the grass because I'm a little tired, I can't
Yeah.
go wash your car, I can't go put some gas in, I can't change your oil. We can't say that.
You're right. You're absolutely right. So, hopefully, you all have had some fun this week and you've learned this week. But most importantly, one of the things that's been the biggest takeaways for me is that TJ said it's not that grand gesture, it's the simple things, but it's being consistent. We got a couple comments in here. We got Luke Hazley. Y'all, please check her out. She says, what a timely topic. Crimson Cure was just talking about making our husband sandwiches and bento boxes for lunch. Absolutely. So for anyone who doesn't know, a bento box, I think it has Japanese origin, but it's basically a lunchbox with little compartments. And you all have seen how I've been packing the lunches so everything doesn't get mixed up and soggy. You absolutely can do that. And Kia says, ladies, make time to pack your husband's or man's lunch because if you don't, Becky is watching and she will bring an extra sandwich or pick something up for him. I'm just saying.
And I'm
So,
telling you that from witnessing it regularly on my job. Yes, that will happen, and it doesn't necessarily have to be Becky either, because Shanique will be watching too. If she thinks that she has, if your man, don't let him be a handsome man, because we get a little comfortable. We get a little comfortable. Even I tell the
mm,
guys that I know some guys, and I've done it. I've had some gorgeous women in my life, and I have. But once you with them a year or 2 years, they're just who they are to you. But you can't forget that's not how the outside is looking at them. So you got to remember.
uh,
Got to
all
remember.
right. So, yes, absolutely. We will start with the recap and then we're going to talk about what we're going to be doing tonight. And I'm kind of vamping for time because I thought I had cheese. So I've got cheese on its way in less than 20 minutes. But what we're going to do tonight is simple, make him a sandwich. And for me, this is something that I've never made before. And I know y'all, we talked about this on the first night, but I listened to TJ when he talked about some of his earlier struggle meals, and he said that he used to make a bologna sandwich and a fried bologna sandwich. And a lot of you all in the chat were kind of chiming in and laughing. You all know my family's African, so I didn't have that experience. But what I want to demonstrate that, ladies, even if you don't know how to make what he likes, you can learn because you can ask. And TJ is going to walk me through today making his favorite meal. So we're going to do a throwback We're going to do two versions. I'm going to do a hot version plated. So we serve dinner for our man. But then also, like I shared with you all, you can do two things at once, which means when you're making dinner, go ahead and be packing lunch for the next day. So he's ready to go when he's out the door and it's done and dusted.
Yep.
He said yes. Shanika and Keisha are fun.
Washington too. Yeah, they are. I don't. You know what? I don't know what it is with us men and sandwiches. We want to we sandwich. We get so excited about a sandwich. I don't know what it is. You know, your lady goes, "I'm gonna make you a sandwich." You know, ears perk up. We get all, yeah.
I did not know
I
this lady.
don't know what it. I don't know what that is about men. Look, the Do Better podcast is in there. Theo, what is it about sandwiches that gets us so charged up about? I mean, we don't. You could say I'm gonna make you a steak. We'd be like, oh, that's cool. But you talking about making us a sandwich and then bringing us some juice or some Kool-Aid or soda with that? My goodness.
Well, I'm so glad you asked because I don't know which one is your favorite, but I got a few things.
Look,
We're going to make a happy plate for our hardworking man tonight so you all can sit back and relax. If you want to be present, you can be in the chat. If you want to watch from the clouds, you are always welcome. This is the happy, wholesome, family friendly side of YouTube. And Do Better Theo is saying, I could go for a sandwich right now.
see,
I would love to
see,
hear.
see.
This is incredible to me. I am learning. I did not know. I remember some of the feedback that I got early in my marriage when I would try and make this elaborate meal, and he was just like, "Yeah, can I just have spaghetti?" And I'm thinking, "Oh my goodness, here I am trying to impress." So I would love to hear from the men, whether you're watching on IG or TikTok, Facebook, or YouTube, if you can concur with what TJ is saying about these sandwiches on IG. Mr. Bobby Wright says sandwich. I will give you all
Right
a
on.
little unsolicited history lesson, and then we'll start with our recap and get cracking. So I have shared with you all, I have been on my own etiquette and elegance journey because I want to refine. I am a boy mom and I work in corporate. And so sometimes those masculine tendencies can come on me. So I really want to make sure I maintain my softness. My point is that in one of my etiquette classes, we learn the history of a lot of these traditions. What is proper finger food? What you should eat with cutlery. And I'm sure I'm going to get his name wrong, but a lot of this stuff comes from royalty. And it was a man, we'll call him the Earl of Sandwich or something like that. That was actually either his name or the area where he was from. And he was doing something. I don't know if he was playing cards or doing something with one hand. And he sent for food. And they brought like some bread and some meat and different things on a tray. And he assembled it into something that he could eat with one hand and continue doing whatever he was doing, working or playing or whatever with his other hand. That was the invention of the sandwich. So, what you just said, TJ, about, men just get really excited about these simple things. Ladies, that's a takeaway for us. We don't really have to hurt ourselves to recreate the wheel. We can just make him a sandwich, right? Yes, absolutely. Hello, hello. Hi, yes, you got your history lesson. So that's what I learned in class, and we went on to talk about finger foods. But speaking of food, so I just want to review our three takeaway tips. Number one, we already talked about it. These grocery bags, these are not proper lunch bags. Ladies, if you got a hardworking man, don't send him out of the house with this. Use it as a trash can liner or something else, but get him a proper lunch box. So we've talked about that. So you all have seen the lunchbox that I've been using all week, just one that I picked up, I think, from Walmart. It's got an expandable compartment, a little pouch here for the drink, and it's foil lined for an ice pack. And then you all know that we have the little pouches here for extra stuff. And then the third point was for the extra stuff, when you're packing for your man, make sure it's easy for him to eat. Include everything that he needs. We talked about the cutlery. I like this set because even if he's eating a sandwich, I just always put the knife, spoon, and fork in there. So if he wants to cut it or something drops and he wants to pick it up, this is his dedicated set for
Where
lunch.
did you get that from, Maggie? That the cutlery set?
This came from Dick's Sporting Goods. I believe you can also get it on Amazon, so you all can see it's plastic, but it's not the disposable plastic. It's a little bit more sturdy. And the name is called camping cutlery. So if you want to get a set like this, and there's so many different kinds, but what I like about it is that it stays together. You can take it off of this little ring when you need to heat it, but that way when you separate it to wash it or whatever, he has this dedicated set, so you always know that his knife, spoon, and fork are ready. And like I said, I may include a napkin or extra napkins if it's something kind of messy, wet wipes so he can clean up before or after, some gum, some candy, a note, whatever you can to send him out of the house with love. Yes, Dee Dee says making simple meals with love goes a long way. Absolutely. Our last point before we get started, Marie says sandwiches are truck driver friendly. Hello, everyone. So shout out to the truckers. And again, thank you, TJ, for inspiring. Someone else has reached out to me. So next week, Thursday and Friday, we will be doing the truck driver friendly meals.
That's what's up.
I know, I'm so excited. So I can't thank you enough. All right. So we are going to do a little bit of cooking today, but even though we're making a sandwich, we want to make it big and beautiful for our hardworking man. So when I talked to TJ and he thought about this sandwich, he described it as a BLT with bologna. So a BLT is bacon, lettuce, and tomato. So we're going to go ahead and put the bacon in the air fryer so it can start cooking. And then I'll go ahead and slice the tomato and lettuce so that once we cook our sandwich, pretty much have to assemble. All right, so what I've got for you is Smithfield. This is thick cut bacon. Is this acceptable? Or do you have any type of preference on your bacon?
I mean, all you got to say is bacon. Bacon's acceptable everywhere.
I hear
Did you not learn that from MTR?
Oh.
Maggie! Maggie!
There's bacon in the mac and cheese.
Is that bacon in the mac and cheese, Maggie?
Oh my goodness. So if
Mama, what you doing?
I
Yeah. That's my best MTR. I'm sorry.
We love MTR. Shout out to MTR in Jamaica. I hope you're having a wonderful, restful time. If anyone doesn't know what TJ is talking about, I had the pleasure of cooking for MTR and others in London. And when I was grocery shopping, I actually saw something called lamb rashers, because bacon in the US and the UK is different. They call it streaky bacon, the type of bacon we eat. So I had never had lamb bacon, and that's me. I'll try anything. So I bought lamb bacon and cooked it up. And then I made macaroni and cheese, and I put the lamb bacon in the mac and cheese. So you can go to my Instagram. It's pinned at the top, Maggie the Substitute Teacher, and you'll see MTR getting excited. Marie is here for the BLT. Okay, so I am going to cook the bacon in the air fryer. You can cook the bacon in the pan. You can cook your bacon in the oven, whatever way works for you. So we'll go ahead and get these cooking while we slice our veggies. So when we assemble our sandwich, everything is ready to go. So since bacon is going to drip, I'm going to line this with foil just to start. Mm-hmm. Yes, bacon makes everything better, right? Mm-hmm. Exactly. And we're using regular pork bacon, but you can also get beef bacon, turkey bacon, chicken bacon. I've even heard there's veggie bacon, but
I normally eat turkey bacon.
I do have turkey bacon.
Yeah. No. But not on the with the bologna. It's regular bacon.
Okay, so I do have turkey bacon, but for your sandwich, it sounds like you want the regular bacon.
Regular bacon.
Yes, sir. You got it. Oh, I think our cheese is here. TJ, talk amongst the group while I get the cheese.
Talk amongst the group. Okay, she gonna turn it. I don't know, Maggie, if you want me talking amongst the group, because I'll get going on a bunch of other stuff. But let's see. Let's just acknowledge who's in the class today. I want to say a big shout out to Happiness with No Carbs. Thank you for joining us. I can't pull the comments up on the screen because that's on Maggie's side. And Sandra, is it Trucker? Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We'll say Kia G is in. You got Ron. Oh, Ron, you're back.
Yes.
Yep. And Ron, yesterday, Ron was trying. Was it Ron that was trying to take over my meal yesterday?
No, it was John on Facebook. But yes, that
Oh yeah, John can't take over my meal. Yeah.
Ron was here with the questions for the men. But y'all, we are good to go. I checked the ingredients right before we went live, and
Did I see Luke Hazley in the chat?
yes, sir, she's here. I'll pull her up for you.
Oh, Luke Hazley. Yeah,
Mhm.
Crimson. Crimson is always Crimson Cure. Guys, go check out our channel. She's always talking about the importance of feeding your man. So a quick story about that. I remember what she was telling us. Crimson was telling a story about how she made this meal for her husband at the time. And like some of the fellas came over, and then she made this big meal, and then so she goes to the room after she served, plated, everybody served it, and goes to the room. But then her husband gets up, makes her a plate, and takes it to her. And then the guys kind of got on him a little bit, like, why are you doing this? And he's like, you know how many meals my wife makes for me? I can't take her a plate of food that she slaved for. I like that. Absolutely. So there's nothing wrong because sometimes us guys, especially when we're in this space and having the conversations, sometimes we forget that we got to give back. We got to do the things that we like. Our ladies like it too. So it's nothing wrong with cooking a lady a meal or serving her or anything like that. That doesn't make you less of a man if you do something like that for your woman every now and again. Especially she's very attentive to the small things that you do.
Absolutely. And thank you for saying that. But yes, I believe that we definitely get what we want by giving others what they need. That's just me. But yes, I love that. That's how the best relationships are. They go around and we serve each other. So yes, shout out to everybody in the chat. I want to give you all a little hack, but TJ, since you are our sponsor, I just want to shout out, thank you, Instacart. I placed a quick order and it was here in less than 20 minutes. So I bought multiple types of cheese. So for your sandwiches today, you have the choice between, this is Publix Colby Jack, you have your Sargento Provolone, or you have your Sargento Munster. You can have one or all.
Provolone. What did you have? What
Provolone,
did you get? You got
I have
Chet.
Colby.
Kobe. No, we're gonna do Kobe Jack.
All right, you got it. All right, no problem at all. So let's put these away. So yes, just some hacks for, I know we got a lot of women who work and say they don't have a lot of time. You can check in the description. I have an Instacart discount code. A lot of grocery stores will do delivery services for you. It is a subscription. So let's say it's $100 for the year. But for me, $2 a week and I can get unlimited delivery when I'm out of an ingredient. It works great for me. So that way you don't have to make another stop when you are already rushing home from work. I understand. I used to work outside of the home before the pandemic. So sometimes on my commute, I would place an order from the bus and the groceries would be here when I got home as well. Another little hack for any busy moms or anyone, you can change your address when you have these delivery services. So if you're on vacation or if you need to send something to the kids' school, when they have field day and they need a case of water, I'm not carrying that. I ship the delivery there and the kids get what they need. So just a few life hacks that will help you out. Hello, everyone coming in. And then one thing about the bacon as I get it in. So we're using regular bacon for TJ. So you all see I have the pack here. And the way I cut it is I cut it with scissors all the way around. So for me with bacon, I like to actually pull up the whole strip and then place it on the air fryer instead of pulling it from the side, because when you pull it from the side, it'll stretch the fibers. And then for me, it's just kind of got that overhang. So I'm going to wash my hands. We'll line this up. We'll give TJ at least 4 pieces of bacon or whatever we can fit on there and get those cooking up. And then we will clean the counters and keep going. So let me know if 4 pieces is enough for you, TJ. If
It's
not,
bacon. It's never enough.
it's never enough. Okay. So let's get our first.
Yeah, 4 pieces of bacon is good.
Yes, sir. All right. So I'm just going to lift this up and kind of run my fingers along the bottom to separate it and then hold both ends. And that way I can get it on the tray. You can cook your bacon in the oven. You can do it on the skillet. How do you usually cook your bacon, TJ?
In a skillet?
In a skillet, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the turkey bacon up here at the top, and he usually eats turkey bacon when he's eating it by himself. But by itself, So in a sandwich, he wants the regular bacon. So that's what he's going to get. So you all see that nice marbling here, and it'll shrivel up, but it'll be nice and crispy by the time we're ready to make our sandwiches. All right. So let's go ahead and get this in the air fryer and then clean up. Hello, everyone coming in. Yes, yes. Thank you all so much for being here. Hello, Nika and Joseph. Yes, sir. Oh, hey, Edward. I'll have to come back to you in just a second. Yeah. Or you can go on up. Just you can just empty it onto the couch. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Maggie wears many hats, you all. I am an Airbnb hostess, super host at that. All right, so let's clean up, and then we're going to cut up our veggies. Whenever we're dealing with raw meat, we want to make sure that we clean this up well so we don't cross-contaminate anything. So I'm going to get a Ziploc bag and put this away in case we need it for later. Mm-hmm. So have you ever had any other versions of bacon, TJ, like candy bacon?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay.
No.
So if you want me to show you how to make some other versions, I absolutely can. So we're making regular bacon. Since we are putting this on a sandwich, you want it more savory. But if you like sweet, every once in a while I use candy bacon.
Yeah.
And all that is with either brown sugar or maple syrup, and you cook it. And what happens is that the fat and the sugar kind of caramelize together. When you take it out and let it cool, it kind of gives you that snap, kind of that crisp.
Yeah. Growing up, I grew up with my grandmother, and so like even everything was like in bulk. So like even the bacon, I remember her having to cut it every morning. Like have to actually literally cut the strips of it every morning. And then what a lot of people don't, because we're doing bologna.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not used to the pre-packaged, the individual. It comes in the tube, and we used to cut that sucker, and then it comes with like in a red packaging. Then you have to take the ring off of it, and then the ring has bologna left around it, so you used to eat off the ring. I'm just saying. I mean, that's the way we grew. That's the way we grew up. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
with the bologna.
What do they say? We don't look down at humble beginnings. We all start somewhere. And you're right. We have so many modern conveniences. I mean, this bologna that I have, this Oscar Mayer, y'all can see it's already sliced. But
See, that was fancy for us growing up. We didn't. My grandma didn't get that. No.
yeah.
Anything with a label on it, we didn't get. So,
Oh my goodness.
no, we didn't get stuff. We used to go to like meat markets and farmers markets. We didn't and not like these corporate owned. When I grew up, there were like individual families who owned like a farmers market or a fruit and vegetable market or a meat market. We would. Yeah, I grew up in Wisconsin, so we used to. There's this. I grew up in a small town called Racine, and right next to it is this town called Kenosha, and it was this long street called Sheridan Road, which went from my town into the next town, and up and down that town was like a fruit stand, a meat market, all that good stuff. And my grandma and you could get it for all of this stuff for like little or nothing because you're patron and family. So like name brand stuff, we didn't get. We rarely got it, but we didn't know, but it was probably healthier too because we were getting it from people who grew it or slaughtered it or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. And those are some of the best memories when we were young and didn't know any better and it didn't matter. But you're right. It was probably better quality food because it wasn't mass produced.
Everything got wrapped in paper.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that because you'll never forget that. That's how we live on and our mothers and grandmothers live on by making memories. So, yes, take the time and show love to those who love you, and a little bit goes a long way. So I am going to tear off a few pieces of lettuce, and then we're going to slice our tomato, and then we will get started on TJ's. We'll do his melted sandwich first because I want to learn how to fry bologna. And yes, again, ladies, if you don't know, ask him. And if he doesn't know and he just says, I don't know, just how my mom did it or grandma did it or auntie did it, ask her. as a boy mom, I am 100% open to teaching my future daughter-in-laws or astute girlfriend, um, potential fiance-in-laws, um, what the boys are used to. Because, hey, I'm making sure that they are ready to,
Yeah.
well, not me, their dad. Let's get
Yeah.
it
My grandmother, my dad's mother,
right.
if there was a new woman that came into the family and she couldn't cook, that woman couldn't cook, that became a standing appointment with my grandmother.
You know
You're
what?
not gonna be with my sons and you can't feed them. You're not gonna be with my grandchildren and you can't feed them. Yeah. So we would always run them over there. Hey, well, let you meet my grandparents. And one of them quickly, my grandma would be like, "So you can cook?" And my grandmother, Kevin, used to talk about this all the time, a recipe book. And not until after my grandmother passed it, I not understood she had one that she
Yep.
created her own because she passed it
Yep.
on to. It was split up between my sisters, so they have like all of her recipes, like from her meals to my grandmother loved to bake, from all of the different baked goods that she would make. She had a
Yeah.
full recipe book, and I
I,
would hear Kevin say that. I'm like, who cares? As long as you know how to cook, but now I understand why it was so important. Because my
yes.
grandmother,
That's
as old as she
legacy.
got, she'd be like, I'll forget how to make that. And so she would go back to her own notes on how to make stuff that she would make.
Absolutely. This is how it's passed on. I mean, that's how I grew up. The women were in the kitchen, and, if you didn't know how to do it, you watched and you learned. And I'll tell you, like I said, as a boy mom, I'm watching these little girls. If you don't know how, are you at least setting the table, cleaning the table, asking questions, being curious? Because what you don't want to do, ladies, is sit down there with your legs crossed looking cute and then be the first one in line for a plate. It's not a good look.
Mm-mm.
So I wouldn't recommend that. All right, so let's get our veggies ready for TJ's sandwich. So I've got a head of iceberg lettuce. You can use whatever lettuce, butter lettuce, whatever works for you. I'm going to take off a few leaves of lettuce, and then I'm going to rinse off the lettuce that I take. Um, it has been said that if you wash the whole thing and then put it back in the bag, it will spoil more quickly. So we're going to take
I didn't
off.
know that.
So when you are going to not use all of it, just take off the part that you need. We'll take off a few pieces here, and then we will rinse those so they're ready for his sandwich. So the rest of it just stays intact. Same thing with, like, if you're chopping up veggies, you chop up. Well, I guess you can meal prep. That's totally fine and put it in a nice container. But you can chop up just the portion that you need and leave the rest of it intact so that it doesn't start to go. All right. So I like big old leafy lettuces. You could use this for a burger bun. You could use this. I ate his leftover tuna. Put that tuna in here. Roll it up nicely. So yes, absolutely. Marisha says, yes, I was in the kitchen as a toddler cooking with my grandma. I've told y'all I've been cooking since 1842. Mom is retired. Whenever she was cooking, my dad said, Maggie, in the kitchen. And I was like, hey, man, look at me
Like
now.
in the kitchen.
Look at me now.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's important. And a lot of times you just don't know. And as women, one of the things that I'm realizing that's so important, the example, my mom taught me so much, not even so much by what she said, but what she demonstrated. And, when I got out into the world after college and I started coming across, I don't cook and he can make his own plate and all that, it was so foreign to me because I really thought this was normal. My mom had my dad's plate when he came home. If she was traveling, she would have a whole, the meal prep containers that I show you, she would have like 30 days worth if she was going to be gone for a while. Sometimes she was back to Ghana. She would make all of his favorite soups and stews, and she would just have them stacked in the fridge. And I would watch my dad come home from work, go take one out like a TV dinner, warm it up, and that was his meal. So that's just normal to me. Let's check on our bacon. Okay, still coming along. So what I'm
Yeah,
doing with the lettuce, go ahead.
we've gotten so far away from that, like it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
There are certain things that just make things work. You know.
Well-oiled machine.
hmm
Hello. It's not the, and she was, proud to do it. It was just, honestly, I can't even really think of it. It's not really like, it wasn't a chore, and it really wasn't. a joy, like, oh, yay. It was just kind of, this is what we do. This is my role in the family, right? All right, so I've rinsed off TJ's lettuce. I'm kind of leaving it intact, and you're seeing me just blot it, ladies. The reason why is that we don't want his sandwich to be too soggy. If you're going to be packing lettuce for your guy's sandwich, this is something that you could kind of pack separately so he could assemble it so it doesn't lose its crispness. All right, so we've got that. Now let me rinse off the tomato and slice this, and then we'll get started.
All right.
Absolutely. I love a big beef steaky tomato. Any tomato will work. I'm going to get a chef knife. And then if you have really good steady hand, you can cut equal slices, but look, we're all at different levels of cooking, so I'm going to show you all another little hack that I use.
Yes, a hack.
We all eat with our eyes first, but it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Start somewhere. This is not an Afro pick. It's actually a little vegetable slicer. I use this when I am cutting onions, tomato, anything that I want equal slices. So I'm actually going to pierce the tomato with this, and then I'm going to run the blade down the slice. That's a way that I can get equal slices without having to be perfect. So just giving you all little tips that you can do, little gadgets that you can find. And this is something that you can do on the weekend if you eat a lot of sandwiches or if you eat burgers. You can have these already ready to go. So we'll set that over. We'll keep this intact. All right. So the rest, we have pickles. Those are in the jar. I have banana peppers if you like that. We'll get our mayo and mustard. Let's check our bacon one more time. And let me know if 2 slices is enough or do we need to have some more?
Of lettuce?
I've got 2 slices of tomato and 2 slices
Oh, no,
of
that's
lettuce.
fine.
Okay, good. All right, so I know you also wanted pickles. So I have 2 kinds of pickles for you. We'll get all of our veggies out. So we're ready to assemble. So I've got hamburger chips. Do you want these on the sandwich or do you want kosher spears next to the sandwich or both?
The kosher spears next to the sandwich.
Yes, sir. All right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So ladies, all you got to do is ask, and then once you know how he likes it, rinse and repeat. It's not rocket science. So
Rinse and repeat.
rinse and repeat. Absolutely. Because we all like a home cooked meal. We like somebody to anticipate our needs and make sure we have what we like. So you would be hard pressed to find someone who's not grateful. All right. And if you have someone that you do this for and he's not grateful, you got the wrong one. So move on to one who is grateful. Don't waste your time.
Right on.
So we got our lettuce, tomato, and pickles. All right, let's check on our bacon. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, let me turn this off. I'm gonna get a plate and a paper towel. We'll let you take a look at the bacon and make sure we've cooked it to perfection. Hello, Chelsea. She says happy Friday Eve. You got any plans for the weekend, TJ? I know you're on break.
When I'm on break, I don't plan nothing. When I'm off them people's time, I'm on my time, which is whatever happens, happens.
All right, whatever you want to do, absolutely. Marisha, does it look so good? Just the veggies? Okay. All right, let's get your bacon out from the air fryer, and then I want you to teach me how to make that what's it called? Fried bologna. Let me put a paper towel on the plate, and we'll let you take a look. All right, so let me careful it. All right, so we're gonna blot this a little bit, but we've got our crispy bacon. If this looks okay, let me blot it. All I do is I just put a paper towel over and then just kind of flip it. So we'll let this cool on the paper towel. Is this looking okay for bacon?
Oh yeah.
All right. Looking good. So we have that. Tiffany's loving it. Chelsea's already drooling. Chelsea says we have some bad weather in Houston, Texas. Easter Sunday is near. You're going to have an egg hunt? Absolutely. All right. Yes, so let's make sure we have everything for our working man out and ready. Okay. So now I'm going to move this. I'm going to bring the cooktop out because TJ likes a fried bologna sandwich, and I've never made one. So we're going to do it for the first time. And ladies, as you're getting to know your man, if you're newly married, don't beat yourself up. We all start somewhere. When I first started, I burned stuff. I oversalted. It's okay. They just appreciate the effort. It goes a long way with the trying. All right.
Now here's the tricky part.
Yes, sir.
Everybody fries their bologna a little differently.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what I do. I just kind of do it in the moment.
Okay.
Sometimes I don't use butter, but I use like the substitute. So I use that to fry it with, like a spoonful of it.
Okay.
Sometimes a little olive oil will help. Well, you can do that.
Okay.
It's just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So let me get that. So olive oil. Oh, is it olive oil or avocado oil? So I have some olive oil spray and I have some avocado oil.
I would do the spray.
That you like the spray? Okay.
I would do the spray. Yeah.
I know you said substitutes, but I got you. I wanted to make sure I gave our working man good quality, so I have real butter as well. All right. So what kind of cookware do you use? Is it like a skillet, open pan skillet?
Yep, whatever I got. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Chelsea's never had it either. All right, y'all. We're going to go in together. All right. So
now there's some people who some fried bologna experts, because some people like the edges, the round part, the edges of the bologna. Some people like them crispy. I haven't quite figured out how to do that without burning it. So
okay. Oh, sorry, y'all. All right, so I have just a small skillet here. I'm going to practice this one at a time. What does Kia say? Fried bologna is good. I like mine to curl a little. That's old school eating.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to turn this on medium high, medium low.
I don't know. I cook.
You don't know?
I cook everything on high because I stand right there. What?
Okay, let's talk about that. In the meantime, I'm going to use this olive oil spray, and I'm just going to get a nice little coat in the pan. All right. So let's talk about cooking everything on high. That's an option. However,
I'm impatient.
I'm sorry?
I'm impatient.
I was going to say, usually when you're really hungry, that's when we just like hurry up and fry and cook it fast. Mm-hmm. What did Judy say? Face purple wide. You agree with Marisha. It's coming together, the sandwich presentation. Oh, yeah, y'all haven't seen the sandwich yet. We're just getting our ingredients ready for our working man. And we got our insides ready. We just got to get the bread and everything. So when it comes to cooking, depending on what you're cooking, some things can withstand the high heat, some things cannot. So it sounds like if you want to get those little crispy edges, the oil will help with that. I'm thinking about like a pancake where you have kind of like that crispy ring around the outside.
Yeah.
So you want it high enough to give you those crispy edges. However, you want it low enough so that it doesn't burn the middle. So this is something that TJ and anybody else, I would recommend practicing when you're not hungry. So go ahead and eat whatever you need to eat. I'm starting on a medium and we'll look at how we go. Okay, now I'm opening up. This is just regular Oscar Mayer bologna. And I think you mentioned to me, TJ, there's something I need to do to it. Do you remember what you said?
No. Oh.
No. I'll just start by putting one in here, but I think there's a little technique that I'm supposed to do. So let's see how it looks. Because Tia says you like yours to curl a little bit. I have heard that either cutting a slit or poking a hole in it, because I don't know if y'all can see it starting to bubble up. So the heat and the steam up underneath there is making our bologna kind of rise. I don't know if y'all can see from the side. How it's like a little dome.
Yeah, I poke a hole in it once the bubble gets big.
Okay, let me get a little toothpick. But I don't know if you can see how I'm letting the sides kind of sizzle in that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let it sizzle and see if we can get that brown color the way that you like it. Angela says, "Don't forget to split the middle."
See what the bologna. When you got talking bologna, everybody got their way. It's one of those things. It's what was done in your home.
Exactly.
That's usually how people like it. You can tell how their parents cooked it because they'll do it the same way.
Absolutely, yes, we will. So our guy says that he pokes a hole in it once the sides get the way he wants it.
Yeah, I stabbed it with a fork.
All right. Oh, you stab it with a fork. So I've got a little brown. Okay, let's talk about that technique as well.
What?
It's okay. It's okay. I'm here to teach. Now, for presentation, all those holes, like you're cooking a baked potato. I mean, I guess it's fine in a sandwich. However, an option, I have a little toothpick and I'm going to poke a little hole in here. And then I think I'm going to turn it because I'm smelling and the oil is changing a little bit darker. So I'm going to poke a hole in there. And then I'm going to flip it over and let's see what it looks like on the other side. But I want you to tell me how I'm doing with the crispy edges.
Oh, okay.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Is that a little dark? Or
no, that's fine.
That's just right? Okay. To me, it looks a little bit done. So I'm going to do a few more. So let me know, TJ, when you're eating these, how many do you usually eat?
You want me to be honest?
Like 4 slices or how many?
Yes. Exactly 4 slices.
Okay. No problem. I want to get it perfect. So I'm going to move my cutting board over here and get our... So as far as the fried bologna, is the color just supposed to be on the outside or am I supposed to get any color?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
That's considered done. Yep.
This is done? Okay. So I'm just going to place this on a little rack and we'll just keep repeating. I'm going to turn this down. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I think we're okay with the oil. We'll go down to 4. So that was a medium for me. And I'm just doing this one at a time, y'all. I'm going to try a different technique. I'm actually going to poke the hole in it before I put it on there and see what happens. So I'm taking a little toothpick and I'm just going to poke a hole all the way through and see if that helps. All right. What is everybody saying? Ron Alexander says, this is making me hungry. I've been so busy in the office. My lunch I got 3 hours ago is still sitting next to me. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, trust Ron. I get that. My goodness, do I get that.
Oh, my goodness. So it's popping me. What I'm doing is I'm moving it around to the side so it can get those crispy edges. All right. It's still bubbling up on me, so I need to do a few more holes. But yes, ladies.
Now you see why I stab it.
Okay. I'll get it right. I'm going to stab it.
No, I don't know. Even then, it doesn't work sometimes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let me just roll it around this olive oil. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over, see what kind of color we've got.
And that's why some people will just cut it, when they're making it, because a lot of people want it to lay flat. Me, I don't care if it lays flat or not,
Okay. So I'm going to do 2 more. I'm going to do one with the fork holes, and then I'm going to do one. And I know this is not the experiment you do when your family's hungry and waiting on you. This is what I do when I'm pontificating about cooking techniques. All right. So this one is looking. How are we doing on color? Done? Okay, perfect. Just like pancakes, they start to cook a little bit faster.
Yeah, Maria says she makes a small cut from the center to the edge. Yeah, well, I see that too,
Let's give that a try. I'm going to do TJ's technique. I'm just going to stab it with the fork multiple times, see which one gives us the best. All right, Just wanted to get that oil. The oil plus the heat is what gives you the crispy edges. So one of the things I wanted to say, and Alan says, hey, is that bologna? Yes, ma'am. Does your bologna have a first name? I'm learning how to make a fried bologna sandwich for our hard-working man.
I think Inala was here on Monday. We was talking about fried bologna. Yeah.
Absolutely. Erica, you love me. I love you back, my dear. All right, so I did the multiple holes, but I'm still getting the bubbles. So the last one we'll do is the slit. So one of the things I wanted to say, as far as poking holes, just be careful. If you have cookware that doesn't scratch, you'll be okay to poke holes in it. But if you're using nonstick, and I'm using the Tasty cookware, it's got a coating so it doesn't stick. You can scrape it, so that's why I'm using silicone. All right, let's turn this over. See if we can get a nice little brown. Ah, thank you so much, Alan. Y'all know that song. We're dating ourselves, right?
Fun fact: Oscar Mayer is headquartered in Madison, Wisconsin, my home state.
Oh my goodness! So your hometown brand. Mm-hmm. All right. So does this look pretty good? If that's a done one.
Yep. There are a lot of Wisconsin brands out there. You know, like Kohl's department store.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's hometown. Noodles. I don't know if you know Noodles and Company. Have you heard of that?
I don't. So this last one, I'm going to take, these are my kitchen shears, and I'm just going to cut a slit here. That's what everybody's saying. And we'll put that on and see what happens. So we're doing our kitchen science experience. Soak up that last little bit of oil for the crisp. Okay. So question for you, TJ. So we have our bologna, and I am going to make the melt version. So for the melt version, do you use the fried bologna, or do you just melt with the regular bologna since it's going to be in toasted butter?
With the fried bologna.
Okay. And then for your lunch sandwich, is that also fried bologna, or is that
regular?
No? Okay.
Yeah, because you got to, it's going to be cold and you can't heat that up really. I mean, you can, but your bread will be soggy.
All right, I'm ready. Well, y'all, this is looking good. I want to flip it like an omelet. The slit seems to be working as far as keeping it flat. So let's see what kind of color we're getting. How's that looking?
All right.
All right, yes to the toast? Mm-hmm. Ooh, Marie says stack 4 slices together and then cut one time. Okay. Perfect. See? Y'all, look at us in here.
I just throw them all in the pan, let them all bubble up, go to town with my 2 forks on the...
Okay, you can do it that way, but we eat with our eyes first, and I want to make something nice for you. So, all right, so we've got our fried bologna looking good. So I am going to put this over here, and then we're going to make a grilled cheese with your Colby and make your plate. So we have our 4 fried bologna slices for our guy. 4 different techniques, 4 different results. He's going to eat them all anyway. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're going to put some butter in the pan. I'm going to show y'all a grilled cheese. Let me turn this pretty low because this cooktop gets hot. So we are going to make a grilled cheese kind of melt. Okay, so let me just make sure I get this right, TJ. So I know how to make a grilled cheese, and I know I'm going to put bologna inside of it. So for your hot plate, do we also do like lettuce and tomato, or is that just on the packed lunch?
That's just on a packed lunch.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah, for the hot one, it's the bologna, the bacon, the melted cheese, all that. Yeah.
Okay, so bologna, bacon, and melted cheese. You got it. So I'm just cutting off a tablespoon of butter. I'm using regular butter. We're going to put this down in here, and I want it to melt down. This is still kind of hot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get, I just have regular Publix bread. I hope that's okay, or let me know if you use anything different. All right, so I'm keeping an eye on the butter. Butter can also burn pretty quickly. Are you white or wheat or multi-grain or?
I'm bread.
Bread? Yes, sir. We got you white bread right here.
That'll be fine.
Okay. So
Now,
what we're gonna do, I'm gonna place this in here, and sometimes I move it around in the butter to kind of sop that up. All right, so we've got that going on. And then our guy likes Colby Jack. So here it is. We got Colby Jack from Publix just for him. Hello, Mona. What is Marie says? Wrap the hot cheese bologna sandwich in parchment paper and have cheese paper when you unwrap. Oh, like on a burger where it leaks out the side. Hello, everyone. All right, let's see how I'm doing here. Let me pay attention because this could go brown pretty quickly. It already has. Woo! All right, focus, Maggie. All right, I'm going to turn this over and stack our sandwich. Actually, let me do this since we already got one side done. Our hot buttered bread crisped up pretty quickly, so this will be the top of our grilled cheese.
good.
Texture looking good. All right, I'm just setting this over to the side. Then I'm gonna turn this down to 1 because let me get that in here. Let me get another piece of bread for you. All right, kind of sop up that butter. Then we're gonna do our Colby Jack, and we'll do. I almost want to alternate.
Yep.
I'm gonna get a little fancy.
Yep.
And then bacon, and then more cheese.
More cheese.
All right. He said cheese, please. Okay. And then bologna. Keep going.
Uh-huh.
All right.
I'm waiting for the rest of the bacon.
Okay, more bacon. You got it. Coming right up.
Yeah.
All right. And we're making a monstrosity, but this is what he wants, so this is what he gets. All right.
A lot of cheese. There you go.
All right. All right, let's see how we're looking. Let me put that other piece on here. I just want to make sure we get it nice and sopped up. And then what I'm going to do so it can melt, I'm going to cover it. All right, so you all can see what we have so far. And I'm going to check the color on the bottom. See what we've got. All right.
All right.
Cheese to melt. Looking good?
Uh-huh.
Too much? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this down in here on low. And I have a little melting dome. I'm going to let it stay in there and melt. So we're going to start making his plate while his grilled cheese fried bologna sandwich melts. And then we'll also do his lunch while this is just softening up. And pack everything up and serve his plate. Okay. So the rest is easy because it's just making a sandwich. So what I'm gonna do is make some room so you all can see. Just slide this back up here. Black Dad says that's a monster sandwich.
Yes.
Says now I want a grilled cheese.
Yes.
Yeah, keep our eye on it. We want this to melt down, so it may take a little time. I don't want this is the tricky part because you want the cheese to melt. Oh yeah, it's starting to melt. But you don't want the bread to burn. Right. All right. So now, for your lunch, hello, Alcazone. Thank you so much for being here. Good to see you again. Yeah. All right. So let me make your plate so that when the sandwich is done, all we got to do is put the sandwich on there and then also pack the lunch. So for your dinner, and we talked about this. I know you like, we're going to do your fruit, your blackberries and your strawberries, or do you want a different fruit today?
No, that's fine.
All right, we'll do your blackberries and strawberries. Yeah. So let's get all that together. I'm just checking on it, y'all. I don't want his sandwich to, oh yeah, that Colby. All right, so So let's get, our guy wants fruit. So we've got some fresh blackberries, just like he likes them. So we're gonna rinse those off. And
You can't go wrong with blackberries. I'm sorry. They're just like the perfect blend of sweet and
absolutely.
tart. Yeah, I love them. Love them.
And berries are great. Berries are absolutely great. So let me rinse these off, and then we'll do the strawberries as well. And we'll actually put them, make a little, since you're talking about the bento boxes for your meal. So we'll put your blackberries. I don't know about you. Do you have any preferences about your food touching each other? I know some people.
Nah.
It's all going to the same place.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we'll
I ain't got no food touching.
fry off the blackberries. So we have so we have his blackberries ready to go. Let me cut up his strawberries. Checking on our sandwich. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
I don't know if y'all can see it's melting. Let me see if you can get that.
Look at that.
All right. Just want to keep it and let it melt. I know, exciting, right? Strawberries, okay? We're gonna give our guy his strawberries. Let's go ahead and rinse these off and cut them quickly so he can have his fruit with his meal. Right. And berries are a great fruit. I'm not a doctor, but they got good stuff. So if you like strawberries, if the kids like strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, let them have them. I know they have antioxidants and all that other stuff. I'm just a cooker. Supreme Clips. Oh goodness! Thank you for the flames. Dee Dee says my grandmother would fry wieners on open fire over the stove, and you know, this subject brings you back to the memory of childhood.
You know, that's how I first learned how to make hot dogs.
Really?
That way, yes. I mean, Maggie, yeah, I remember the first, I think that was like, let me think. I think that was maybe my introduction into cooking. And she wanted us to start teaching us that, you know, the gas stove, not to be afraid of it. So one of the first early things I can remember is her teaching us how to roast like hot dogs over the gas stove with the open flame. Yeah, could never do that when she wasn't home. But, you know, that was my introduction into cooking. I was
absolutely. That's how we learn, right? Our
about 9 or 10 years old. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just get in there. Y'all are liking. Oh, look at our melting dome, y'all. Oh yeah. I'm gonna turn this off and just let it sit under that heat, under that melting dome. So when I take it off and cut it up,
Maggie, it's amazing how you can make a fried bologna sandwich look so good.
Aww.
Or make it look like it's more than just bologna. You know what I mean?
It's bologna, it's Kobe cheese, it's bacon, it's whatever you like. That's what we do. It's hey, you have shown me that it really doesn't take much. You know, when I go live for my cooking, and I do stream every day for anyone new here, I'm always scouring the internet to find some fancy, you know, recipe that will impress. But it sounds like our guys really just like the simple. So bologna sandwich it is. And you know what, ladies? One of the things that I've learned, you don't have to eat it. You don't even have to like it. But if he likes it, all right, this strawberry's looking a little sad, so we want to go ahead and get rid of that. If he likes it, give him what he likes. I'm sure he does stuff that you like that he doesn't like. So
yeah,
there you go. All right. So we have our strawberries cut up for our guy. All right. So we have that ready for his dinner. And now I know since we're doing something simple, just looking so good.
I can't wait till you cut that sucker in half.
We're gonna cut it in half. Don't you worry. Okay, now you wanted. We talked about today is a treat. Our guys been working so hard. Fruits are healthy. Yes. Our guys been working hard, so he wants a little bit of. We don't do this every day, but if the man wants some Doritos, give him some Doritos. So we're gonna pour some Doritos on the side.
Especially if you're making this for him on payday. Give him some Doritos. Make him feel.
Absolutely. We'll pack the rest in his lunch. And are these okay for your little cookies?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So he wants a little bit of cookies. I know. Give the man what he wants. He's working hard. All right. So we'll put our chips and a few cookies here. We've got the fruit, so don't panic. We got fruit for him. All right. So all we need is to cut up his sandwich. But before I do, it's going to stay warm. Oh my God, y'all. It's just coming out. I love it. All right. We're going to end with that. I'm just going to set this behind me. Our sandwich is here. It's going to stay warm. We're just going to pack your sandwich for the next day. So you just want regular. So we have your bread, mayo, and mustard.
Bread, mayo, mustard, lettuce,
Okay.
the bacon, all that good stuff.
All of that. All right. So we've got mustard. Put that down. Let me grab the mayo. Okay, here we grab this.
Yeah, I still want to know why we get so excited about sandwiches. I don't know.
Y'all like sandwich? Y'all excited?
I don't know why us me and you know what? That's because when we get done here, I'm gonna go talk to my pops. Why do we get so excited about a sandwich? You know, he'll explain it to me. I don't know.
You know,
I just do.
And it's totally fine. You like what you like. I'm sure there's some things you're like, why do women get so excited about, for me, having tea in a fancy restaurant? If I had to guess, and, I'm a boy mom, been married, and sorry, y'all, I got to open this. I know. Don't mess up the smile, Maggie. But I think there's just a little boy. I see the little boy in all men, especially when you all get excited about simple things like a meal. Hello, Jay. Thank you for being here. So I think it's just kind of a throwback to simpler times. So we've got some mayonnaise here. Let's put this on the bread. We'll spray it on. We'll smear it on. All right. Let's get that on his slices for our sandwich. And this is what I do, ladies. I make the dinner plate and I make the lunch plate at the same time. So all I got to do is pack up his lunch, serve his dinner, and then you're done. All right. So we got the mayo on there for you. Let's go ahead with your mustard. Get you a nice sandwich. I'm sure you don't mind eating sandwiches back to back. A hot one for dinner and a regular one for lunch the next day. All right. So far, so good?
So far, so good.
Right.
These kind of sandwiches are good for those. This is really good for those that are working outside. You know what I mean? Especially who do not have access. Go ahead.
Thank you, Black Dev. You were saying sandwiches are great for our brothers that work outside?
Yes. Yeah, that work outside. A good hearty sandwich like that, that's good for them that work outside because they don't have access to like heat it up or something like that. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's take this down so you all can see. All right, perfect. We had a question. The quiet storm is here. He says, Margaret literally took this turn, make a sandwich to new heights. Absolutely. Oh, we're stacking it up. I'm stacking it up.
Make a sandwich to new heights.
Around. I don't know if y'all can see.
We're watching NBA basketball right now, and every night that I'm watching a Laker game, I want a sandwich.
I'll make you a sandwich.
I'm making them.
Our guy likes 4 slices of bologna, so we have 4 slices of bologna. And usually what I do is I do like meat and cheese on one side. Our guy likes Colby Jack, so we're going to give him his Colby Jack. Hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for being here.
So this is lunch, right?
Yes, sir.
So we switch it up for lunch. Remember, I like variety.
Okay. So, yes, sir. Yep. You wanted melted Colby, but you want provolone on this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
let's do provolone. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Coming right up. So no problem with that. And that is the tip, ladies. It's going to be our job to make sure that we keep what he likes in stock. Of course, you're going to run out, but circle back to what I said about the grocery delivery. Before we went live and I started looking, I said, I don't have the cheese. We got it here in 20 minutes. Okay.
Yep.
Just trying to open it up, but we have provolone for his sandwich. Why does he like provolone cold and cold be hot? I don't know. I don't care.
Me either.
Don't make sense to, doesn't have to make sense to me. All right. So let's get him some provolone. I don't know if that's okay or you want more.
That's fine.
Okay. And then usually what I do is got to get the bacon. Got to get that crispy bacon on your sandwich. All right.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter on a cold sandwich that a bacon is cold because it's just bacon is bacon.
Bacon is bacon. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. What did the quiet storm see? I think I might need new glasses.
He says, Jesus in the morning. That looks incredible. Oh, y'all are looking at the sandwich. Let me leave it off here so you all can see. I've got a melting dome that I'm using to get our cheese. I don't know if y'all can wait till I pick this up. Wait until I pick this up for our working man.
When you cut it. Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
So just let it sit. All right, let's get your bacon in here. So we have bologna, we have provolone. All right, then we're going to do a couple of slices of tomato. Do you like salt, pepper, anything directly on your?
No.
No? Okay,
no.
You got it. And then I'm going to do the lettuce. I'm going to take out the little core here. And I'll make sure that when I give them the lettuce that, remember when we rinsed this off, we blotted it so it's not too wet. Hello, Jay. We blotted it so it's not too wet. So we'll put that down in here. And then you like pickles on the side. Any banana pepper, I got an extra piece of fried bologna. Anything else before we close this up?
No, I think that's it.
All right. So let's see if we can align all right. So we've got that so far. So we're going to cut into that. Let me get a serrated knife. And I like cutting our guys' sandwiches in half. I mean, they've got big hands, so they can probably eat the whole thing. But remember, we talked about this before, ladies. Get to know his work schedule. Get to know if he has time to eat the whole thing or if he has to eat it in sections. So we're going to go ahead and cut this in half. And I'm using a serrated knife. That works great on bread, all right? So hold it down. Then we have our beautiful sandwich for our working man. All right, so we're going to wrap this up. You can do a sandwich bag. You could do parchment paper. You could do foil. Do you have a preference, PJ?
What you say? I didn't hear you.
Do you have a preference? You want me to wrap it in a sandwich bag, parchment paper, foil?
I don't have a preference.
You don't have a preference?
No, as long as I can get to it.
All right. So I'll do some sandwich bags. The only thing, just be careful.
Quiet Storm is hilarious.
Quiet Storm is saying, "Brum man from the 5th floor off the TV show Martin would definitely approve of these sandwiches." So be careful for your guy. Tomato and any of the vegetables, sometimes it can make it a little bit soggy. So I want him to have a great experience, but I'll go ahead and wrap it up. So he has one ready to go, and then we'll do the other one. And we're going to put all of the other ingredients from his dinner into his lunchbox, put his drink on the side, pack up his lunch, and then serve him his plate. All right, so we're not going to do a meal prep box for this one. So we've got his lunchbox here. So we'll just kind of carefully put everything in. Your pickles. Yes, got to put your pickles in a Ziploc bag because you like those on the side. So let's get his pickles. He likes that with his sandwiches.
Black Dev just says he won't be able to get back to work after that beast.
He's going to sleep.
He's going to beast.
Oh my gosh, I'm missing that. B-Lo says that looks good. Thank you all. Sorry, I didn't get into the food, and
that is hilarious.
Ooh, Dee says I prepared chopped ham and yellow cheese sandwich with thick cut meat, and the person behind the counter at the mom and pop store was so great. Now that's a sandwich.
Yes.
I might have to repeat this during the trucker meal. Okay, wonderful. So let's put his pickle in there, and then we're just gonna bag everything up for our working man, make it easy for him. Let's get the rest of his treats. He doesn't get them every day, but you know what? If he wants some Oreos from time to time, give the man some Oreos. Just portion control. let him have a little treat.
You know what? We got what they call a cheat day.
A cheat day, exactly.
Payday is cheat day. Give me my Oreos on payday.
Exactly. So saying hello, everyone. So we've got his Oreos here, and I'm just kind of tying everything so nothing messes up for him. And then last we have our working man's Doritos. So let's put those in the bag for him. This was a large bag, but you can get the small ones too. So let's put his chips in there. Make sure he has what he likes. If he doesn't do Doritos, get Lay's or whatever. You could probably get the Ziploc kind. I'll probably move it over into there. All right, so let's move that here. And then I still have his fruit. I believe I left it here.
Oh, that's all right.
So you all have already seen me cut up his strawberries. So we'll put strawberries and blackberries.
Just a reminder, Maggie, that there are different kinds of bologna. You don't have to have like the pork bologna. They have turkey. They have beef. They got different kinds for meals. So you can, because I know there's a lot of people who don't eat like pork products and stuff like that. So you can get bologna in different meat styles. So just want to remind people of that.
All right, so before I seal it up, we have his lunch for tomorrow. We have his bologna and bacon sandwich, his Oreos, his Doritos, his strawberries. We'll put his fruit in here on this side. We've got napkins for our working man. We got wet wipes since he's eating finger foods. Make sure he can keep his hands nice and clean. And even if he doesn't have hot food, I always include utensils because you just never know. He may want to cut something up smaller. Keep that in there. Let's go ahead and close this up. And since this is a cheat meal, usually we do bottled water, but our working man can choose. What would you like, TJ? Sprite or Coke?
Sprite.
Yes, sir. You got it. So we're going to put that in here in the side of his lunchbox. And then we're going to set this in the fridge. So when we serve him his plate, he gets his plate for the night and his lunch is already in the fridge for tomorrow. So this is ready. And don't forget, ladies, like I always say, take the time, write him a little note, enjoy your lunch. Love, Maggie. Absolutely. So he has a proper lunchbox. This is in the fridge. You can hand it to him in the morning, or it can already be in the fridge ready to go. Hello, everyone coming in. Thank you for being here. So lunch is done. Now, for what you all have been waiting for, let's get him his sandwich. It's been warming up. Nice. Set this here. All right. So let's get, y'all, it's crispy. It is crispy and toasty. All right. So let me.
No, Randy's back tomorrow.
Nice and clean. Cut clean through that and serve our man and let him have a peaceful dinner. All right, so we're just gonna get a serrated knife. And serrated knife, I know we have people of different cooking experiences. This knife with the grooves is the serrated knife. This is the chef knife. So this one is good for slicing into veggies. So this is what I use for the tomato and whatnot. But whenever you're cutting bread, the serrated knife is great. It just kind of gets through that nice crust. So let's see. We got it warm and cool. All right, so let's get in here. I should have asked you. I always cut diagonally. Is that okay?
Cut a diagonal.
Diagonal? Yes, sir. You got it.
Look, I'm gonna be so happy. You can cut it how you want to. I'm just happy you made it. Ooh.
Absolutely. Randy says, "Excuse me, I'm a little tardy on the Doritos." Did I miss something? Well, our sponsor seems to be happy, so let me arrange his plate, and then we'll take a quick picture. Let's see. I'll set it up just like that.
Man.
Your dinner's ready.
Wow.
All right, so let me move this stuff so you all can see.
It's a better looking plate than I would have made because I just would have threw all that stuff on there and half it wouldn't even made it back to the table. So I'm going to be honest with you.
Absolutely. So there is such a thing as a woman's touch. And then let's do our, I'm going to do both side by side, take pictures and video, and then we're going to dismiss everyone, but we have made our working man a nice meal. And TJ looks excited. Absolutely. But this is what we want, ladies. We want our men to be excited about what we prepare. Absolutely. I'm going to put a couple blackberries in here just for the photo. All right. Okay. Let me see. Oh, let's take a picture. Oh, y'all, this sandwich. Looks so good. And I got an extra piece of bacon. So I got kitchen snacks for you while you're waiting around for me to do all my magic.
My goodness, Maggie.
You like it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's get a picture of your breakfast, your dinner, a picture of lunch.
And if I could perfect my MT, I'd be like, Maggie!
Maggie!
Maggie! Is that a sandwich, Ma? Is that a sandwich?
All right, so thank you, Real Bravado. We have made
Thank
your
you.
dinner. We have a fried bologna sandwich, which I learned to make with Colby Jack cheese and bacon on buttered toast with fresh cut strawberries, blackberries. He wanted Doritos and Oreos, so his dinner is ready. And then we've also packed lunch for the next day. We have a sandwich in here for him, just the way he wants it. Also with Doritos, pickle, Oreos, and some fruit with a Sprite on the side and all of his tools. So we are continuing our working man meals. Enjoy. All right.
You see, you can have the same meal, but little twists in the meals, you know, like with the hot and then, you know, the difference with the cheese and the different with, yeah, absolutely.
It's so good. Dinner and lunch looks amazing.
Yes, yes.
Happy plates coming. Happy plates, happy tummies, happy family. You know, when we think about it in all seriousness, and we all have accomplishments, and that's great, but when you think about your happiest moments in life, they're probably the simple ones, you know, and just a good home-cooked meal. Ladies, you can do this. Make the man a sandwich. Make the man a sandwich. It's not hard. Put some love into it and feed your family. So, all right. Well, that's what I wanted to show you all tonight. Sandra says, yummy, yummy.
Yeah.
TJ, what would you like to say to close us out? We got one more day of Man's Week.
What I got to say, Maggie, if I lived 1 hour closer, I would be in your kitchen right now. I swear I would. Look, don't think I ain't thought about it. I've been off all week. I said I should have been down there for this. It did. You know what? I'm due a trip down there because I told you I come a couple times a year because my sister cousin. Let me explain that. It's my cousin, but we're so close. I just call her my sister. She lives down there, and this would have been. I should have been down there because I could have had all of this.
All of this is yours. You bought the groceries, so yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Next time I'm going to Babe Maggie's, I'm knocking on the door.
Come on over. Y'all know I need you. Happy to do it. Happy to do it. Then you can be the one doing the happy dance, twirling around. See the gong doing.
I could be like your son the other day.
Oh yeah, just eat. People tell me all the time the boys don't know how good they have it. One day they'll be eating air sandwiches, and then y'all be like, "We told you. We tried to tell you." Kia's laughing. Well, thank you all so much. Tomorrow is our last day of Man's Week, and I believe we're going to do a hot meal, which is going to be like a spaghetti with a kind of a twist. So I'll show you all how to pack up a nice warm meal for your working man. Every day this week, I've shown you all how to make easy lunches for your working man. Make something simple that he likes. Make it easy for him to eat. Make sure the container keeps everything the way that he needs it. We also have someone who's reached out to sponsor 2 episodes next week. Next week, we're going to do trucker meals. So if you guys have any tips or any suggestions, Marie wants to see the sandwiches again. We'll be doing meals for our truckers. If you all want to sponsor a week of cooking, or if you have any ideas for me, just let me know. You can inbox me or email me, Maggie the Substitute Teacher. I'm on all social or on gmail.com. And just like TJ did, if you've got some ideas, get the groceries. I'll make it for you. No problem. Yeah, shout out to everyone. So thank you all for being here. Please subscribe, like, turn on your notifications. Real Bravado, where can they find you?
My channel, Real Bravado Network, on YouTube, Facebook, Real Bravado. Instagram, Real Bravado Network on Instagram. I gotta make sure all of these different platforms. I don't have as many as Maggie, but
I'm
I'm
making my way.
trying.
I'm new to TikTok, y'all. I just
Oh,
trying
I'm
to
gonna
gotta
just
get
say this. I look, Maggie, you are rounding your 5,000 subs. I am 4 away from my 4,000. So if any one of you are listening or like relationship stuff, come over, sub to me, check out my content, check out my lives. I need 4 more people, and I'm at
4
4,000.
more people.
Yeah.
And if you want some happy mail from Maggie, if you are number 4,000, take a screenshot of 3999 and then a screenshot of 4,000 and inbox me that screenshot. I'll send you a little happy mail from Maggie.
Oh,
And
look at
yes,
you.
shout out. I'm known to mail cookies and all kinds of treats in the mail. All
Smoke
right,
and talk.
everyone. I had so much fun tonight. We made a wonderful meal. Dinner for a hardworking man, just the way he wants it. One last look for you all. We've got his berries, his chips, his cookies, and his sandwich milk the way he wants
3
it.
more.
And he's ready to go for lunch tomorrow so he can go out there, protect and provide, do all the stuff that I don't want to do. So I'm happy to
Right.
surprise. 3 more. She's about to subscribe.
Mhm.
All right, everyone. Let me go ahead and dismiss on TikTok. Class is dismissed.
Dismissed. Hmm.
Mhm. Yeah, everything here is classroom related because I'm your substitute teacher. We take attendance, we have class notes. Oh, I forgot my commercial. Thank you all for helping me to monetize my channel. I got a course. You can check it out in the description, preview it for free. If you want to support, thank you so much. I also do consults if you want to pick my brain and whatever else. I have a community. You can check out my Patreon, but I'm here every day. So you all will hear the commercial another time. Thank you. Thank you. Instagram. Thank you, Davis. We are about to dismiss. You can watch the replay. Good night. And class is dismissed on Instagram. All right. And so Facebook, YouTube, I hope you all enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. Eastern, for our last meal of Men's Week. Thank you all so much. Class